I'm just out here again hanging out with Tammy in the cook shed, in her cooking area, deep in the woods of North Florida. She just loves when I say that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. She says, we're not that deep in the woods. I said, you want to walk to the road? She said, nope.
Nope.
So anyway, what are we having?
We are having pork blade steaks with gravy over rice. And because I didn't pre-plan, we are going to do it in the pressure pot.
Yeah, pressure cooker.
We're going to use that Instapot.
Instapot.
Well, my version of an Instapot anyway.
Yeah. So the heat's on.
Heat is on.
Okay. Well, that means I better get up.
Uh-huh. Let's get started.
I'm going to take my position.
Yes. Behind the camera.
Assume the helm.
All right, first thing we're gonna do is take this pan and get it over here on the eye and start getting my lard hot. All right, here we go, and we're shooting for a medium flame. Get that on there and let that start getting hot. While that's getting hot, we'll come back over here and season our pork. Now we are going to get this salted, and I'm just gonna, liberally salt across the top. I'm going to add some pepper, and I'm going to make sure I use the right side. If y'all saw yesterday's video, I opened the wrong side, dumped the whole thing of pepper on an egg. Oh my goodness. Got the right one. Let's get it nice and peppered up. All right, then we're going to get it flipped. Guess I could have did that without the video, but okay, now let's get this side salted. Get us some pepper on there. All right. And then if you've noticed any of my videos at all where I did a flour dredging, like the fried chicken or just anything, cube steak, doesn't matter. I keep a bag of flour in my fridge in the door, and then I don't have to waste and throw away flour. I just keep using the same one until I use it on something that's questionable or iffy, and then I can throw it away, start over. So here's my dredging bag, and we're going to get this pork dredged in this flour and then get it in that pan. Okay, we're going to get this dredged now. What I do is I kind of just lay it out in there just so I can get it all on it. We're going to do a pretty good job of coating. Here. And then we're just going to kind of pop it, get the excess off. Okay, now that we're all coated, we are going to drop it in this hot oil. There we go, and that's not quite hot enough, so we're going to go under there and do a little better on that medium heat. I mean, it is bubbling a little out there, but it wasn't quite ready. I want it kind of not high. I don't want to burn it. I just want to brown the outside. All right, and we're going to get that flip. Look at that nice brown crust on there. That's exactly what you're looking for. Now we'll let that stay there until this other side gets brown. Just like that. We are nice and brown on both sides now. So we are going to take this and put it right down in that pressure. Let's get that second one in there and get it all nice and dredged up. Right. And get that excess off. Okay. And we're going to get that one in there and let it do the same thing. Brown on both sides. Okay, I am nice and brown on both sides again. And we're going to drop that right down on top of the other one in that pressure pot. Now it's time for us to make us some gravy. So let's get to that too. Okay, get ready, Betty. We're going to make us some gravy. Now, I left all that oil I had in there still there. And we're just going to drop 2 tablespoons flour in there. That doesn't look like quite enough, so we're going to shoot for 3. Okay. Okay, now the reason I added that next tablespoon was I have quite a bit of oil in there, and I want it to brown, but I don't want the oil sitting on top. I want it all incorporated and all together and all nice and pretty and brown. Okay, now at this point, I'm going to add, whoops, don't stir it quite that hard. You do want to keep it moved around, but don't throw it all over your kitchen. All right, now let's get us some water. Okay. See how pretty and brown that is? That's exactly what you're looking for. It's brown gravy. It should be brown. All right, now we're going to start with 2 cups of water. And that's going to pull up any brown bits. There's our 2nd cup of water. Let's give that a stir. And now I'm going to add some beef bouillon to my gravy. All right, now we're going to add a tablespoon of beef bouillon. Okay, and we're going to stir that around. See, my gravy's already coming together. Look at that. And then at this point, now some people like their gravy this runny, so at this point, you could just turn your oven on low, turn your stovetop down on low, and just keep it warm for a minute, or you can let it keep cooking, or we can go ahead and put it right on in that pressure pot, which is what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to pull my pressure pot up closer to me because this cast iron is heavy. Now I'm going to pour that gravy right into my pot. Oh, and I got a few little pieces of goodness there, and I want that. So we're going to drop that in there too. Okay. Now to my pot, I'm going to add another 1.5 cups of water. Because as it pressure cooks, it'll evaporate the water and I will lose that good gravy texture. So I'm going to put 1.5 cups of water in there. Now I'm going to get my lid on here, and I have arrows that let me know where the open is and where the close is. All right. And this one does not need to vent, so I'm going to go ahead and put my pressure rocker on. Okay, now I'm going to set this for 20 minutes. I don't want to cook it to death, but I want it tender. So 20 minutes it is. All right, now it's starting. Okay, I don't know if you know this or not. Some people, I'm preaching to the choir, and some people just got a new Instapot or, pressure cooker and don't know what to do. 20 minutes does not mean 20 minutes and done. 20 minutes is 20 minutes of pressure. Your cooker needs to build up to that 20 pounds of pressure, and that's going to take 10 to 15 minutes. And the timer won't start until everything is right, until it's until the pressure is up and it's vented, and then your 20 minutes will start. So once you put it in here at 20 minutes, you're probably looking at closer to 35 to 40 to have dinner. If that, my daughter just didn't get that, and actually I gave this to my daughter for Christmas one year. And like 2 months later, she gave it back. She said, "Mom, I know I said I wanted one, but I don't. It takes too long to cook in it, and I don't want it. And she gave it back, and I love it. I love it, but that's the way it is. My 20 minutes are up. I'm done venting. There's no more steam. It's completely quiet. Total about 50 minutes. It took about 50 minutes from start to finish. Now I'm going to pull up my... Forgot what it's called. This thing. I'm going to pull that off. And we're going to open her up. And we're going to do it away from our face, just in case there's any leftover steam in there. We're going to set that down, and we're going to make a plate. Yeah. Okay, the first thing we're going to need is a perfect pot of rice. And Randy just made you a video, and the link is going to be up there in La La Land somewhere. Over there, up there, I don't know where. But he'll put it somewhere. And we're going to get this nice fluffy rice on this plate. Okay, we're going to get our meat and we're going to take it and we're going to put it on a plate. Let's get this out of here. Let's get us some pork on our plate. Okay, now we're going to pour that gravy on that rice.